Reddit is full of strange stories, but some posts are different. Some disappear after being uploaded. Others were written by people who were never seen again. Tonight, you will hear 5 of the creepiest Reddit stories ever shared online. Story 1. The Stairs in the Forest. A forest ranger posted a strange story on Reddit years ago. He explained that while searching deep in the woods, he kept finding random staircases, not broken ruins, not old buildings, perfect staircases, standing alone in the middle of the forest, no walls, no house, nothing connected to them. At first, the team ignored them, but one new ranger became curious. He walked toward one staircase and slowly climbed it. The moment he reached the top, he froze. His radio suddenly stopped working. The forest became completely silent. Then, he looked down. The other rangers were gone. No sound, no movement, just empty forest. Seconds later, the ranger screamed and fell backward. When the team reached him, he refused to speak ever again. Before leaving the job permanently, he only said one sentence: "Something was standing behind me on the stairs." Story 2. The Face in the Window. A man shared a photo online after moving into a new apartment. Everything looked normal, but someone in the comments noticed something terrifying. In the background, there was a face watching him through the window. The man laughed and said it was probably a reflection. But later that night, he heard tapping on the glass. Slow tapping. He opened the curtain. Nothing was outside. The next morning, he checked the original photo again. The face was closer. Story 3. The Deep Web Camera. A Reddit user claimed he found a hidden live stream on the dark web. There was no title, no chat. Only one camera pointed at an empty room. Thousands of people were somehow watching. Nothing happened for almost an hour. Then suddenly, a man entered the room. He looked directly into the camera and whispered, "You shouldn't be here." The stream instantly ended. The Reddit user who posted the story deleted his account the next day. Story 4. The Highway Voice. A truck driver posted about a strange radio signal he kept hearing at night, every time he drove through the same empty highway. A voice interrupted the radio. At first, it sounded like static. But one night, he finally understood the words. The voice said, "There is someone in the back seat." He laughed nervously and checked the mirror. Nobody was there. Then the voice spoke again, this time louder. "He sees you now." The driver stopped posting after that night. Story 5. The Unfinished Emergency Call. A Reddit moderator received a disturbing audio file from a deleted account. The file sounded like an emergency phone call. A woman was whispering quietly, "I think someone is inside my house." Footsteps could be heard in the background. The operator kept asking her questions, but suddenly the woman stopped talking. For almost 20 seconds, there was only silence. Then a deep voice near the phone whispered, "She can't answer anymore." The audio ended immediately after. Nobody ever discovered where the recording came from. Story 6. The Man in the Emergency Broadcast. A Reddit user claimed he accidentally recorded a strange TV signal late at night. He fell asleep while the television was running. Around 3:14 a.m., the screen suddenly changed. An emergency broadcast appeared, but there was no weather warning, no news, no sound, only a black background, and a man standing still. The man's face looked distorted, almost unnatural. For nearly 2 minutes, he didn't move. Then slowly, he smiled. Words suddenly appeared under the screen. "Do not look away." The Reddit user tried changing channels. Nothing worked. Every channel showed the same man staring directly into the camera. Then the screen glitched, and the man was suddenly closer, much closer. The recording ended there. The user uploaded the clip to Reddit the next morning, but the account disappeared a few hours later. Story 7. The Doorbell Camera. A woman shared a disturbing story about her smart doorbell camera. Every night around 2 a.m., the motion detector activated by itself, but when she checked the footage, nobody was there. At first she ignored it, until one night the camera captured something strange. A tall figure was standing perfectly still at the edge of the street, not moving, not blinking, just watching the house. The next night, the figure appeared again, but this time, closer. Night after night, it kept getting nearer. Eventually, the figure reached her front door. The final footage lasted only 6 seconds. The camera showed the figure standing inches away from the lens. Then suddenly, it whispered, "You finally noticed me." After that night, the woman disconnected the camera permanently. Some Reddit stories are probably fake, but others feel far too detailed to ignore. And maybe some posts were never meant to be found at all.